My name is Elysia English, and during this video, we're going to make a few really simple wood DIYs that'll be perfect for your porch this summer. I've teamed up with Home Hardware. Here's how. The first DIY project is going to be a very trendy fluted round coffee table. To be able to create this project, you can purchase wood pine rounds already on the Home Hardware website that you can use to create this table very easily. Or you can challenge your building skills and cut these out on a pine shelving board using a jigsaw. To make the next step really simple, I used a piece of scrap plywood to cut myself two circles that were just a little bit smaller than the ones that we purchased online. And of course, to be able to create a fluted coffee table, you're going to need some fluting, and for that we're going to use some 1/2-inch dowels. I purchased a whole bundle. I wasn't sure exactly how many I was going to need. We're going to make our table about 20 inches tall. To create the base inside of our table, you're going to need some scrap pieces of either 2x4s or 2x3s and some screws to adhere them together. And another thing you're going to need for this DIY that will make things a lot simpler is wood glue. Using my scrap 2x3s, I'm going to create a couple of pieces that are going to make two rectangles that are going to be the base inside of our coffee table. That way we'll be able to attach the top and the bottom of our table together. So I'm just using a Sharpie marker and my measuring tape, and I'm going to make 4 pieces at 8 inches and 4 pieces at 10 inches. For project number 2, I'm going to create a wood 3-tiered plant stand using 1x3s. The first step was to create sort of like an easel build where I used the 1x3s to create two different posts. I adhered these at the top with a screw so that I could actually open and close this a little bit as I built. This next step was way easier when I laid my work down on the ground. So I had my two side easel posts, and I was going to now put the center brackets of what would be my shelves later, and I separated these approximately 16 inches apart. You can see that I'm measuring here to make sure I have lots of headroom for plants later, since this is going to be a plant stand. I used some wood glue everywhere where I actually put my screws and put these brackets across the front and the back of this stand. Then I would be able to create my shelves next that would fit in, so this could actually fold down and the shelves could come in and out. Now the fun part was to bring this plant shelf to life by creating some shiplap wood shelves that were going to be able to come in and out of my plant stand if it needed to be folded down. I measured the depths of all three of my shelves as well as the length, and then I was able to create two small pieces for each shelf as well as the length of the shiplap shelves. I'm going to show you how I put those together and made this super easy to cut it all at once. The two short pieces are the depth of my shelf and the two long pieces are the length of my shelf. The plant stand now has its top shelf on, and I'm going to create the same process two more times, creating the middle and the bottom shelf. All the building was done, it was time to give it a great sanding to do all the prep work before putting on a clear coat. Project number 3 is a very easy to make mid-century modern plant stand. This is so simple to make. I used one of my kitchen plates to create a perfect circle. I then used my scroll saw to be able to cut out the circle and then made sure to give it a really good sand. I cut out a few pieces of 1x3s to create a little X that would be the base for this plant stand. The measurements for this are going to be determined by the size of the circle that you created.